going to try that again. Micah, we're not seeing the video. If we want to just move on to our opening song. I want to invite everyone to take a deep breath in and to let out your week. Let's breathe Shabbat in.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat is this time of coming home. And one of the questions is what exactly are we coming home to? And this week's Parsha offers a beautiful image of it, which is in this week, Chaye Sarah, the name of the Parsha, it has the longest narrative in the entire Torah, 67 verses of the story of Abraham's servant Eliezer seeking out to find a wife for Abraham's son Isaac. And in the moment that Eliezer travels to Nahor, where Abraham's family lives. He is watching people, women, coming to the well to fill water for their camels. And he sets up a test in his head. And the test, Abraham said it was very important that he find somebody from his own family, not from the Canaanite people that were around there. But Eliezer doesn't set up a test to test Rebekah's pedigree. He doesn't set up a test in his mind to look for the most beautiful woman. He sets up a test to see if Rebekah, if Isaac's future wife, will be a vessel for kindness. The test is if a woman will come and offer not only water for Eliezer to quench his thirst, but also to feed all of his camels, a total stranger. If a woman is going to do that, that is going to be the test of who would qualify as a wife for Abraham's son Isaac. And sure enough, Rebekah is that person. That's the test. The test is, can each one of us be a vessel for kindness? You know, we know all of this is a great value. All of us want to be kind to each other. And sometimes, though, the week and the doing and the busyness gets us stressed out. And we don't always treat each other the way that we want. We can react. So Shabbat comes to invite us to come home to ourselves as a vessel of kindness, just as the water that Rebekah is drawing from the well, we have the opportunity to draw from our own well and to feel that flow that comes when we get quiet enough and we can see each other's beauty, and where kindness is the natural response. So to usher in this consciousness of kindness, it's our pleasure to invite the Olsheim family in honor of Rowan's bar mitzvah to light candles. If you have candles in your home, you can light them along with the Olsheims, and you can say the blessing in your own home along with them.
Sorry, everyone. Okay, there we go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahad l'ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you. So, one of the central songs and poems that we use to welcome in Shabbat is Lecha Dodi. And Lecha Dodi envisions this moment of sacred time as a bride, as a beloved. And even at the end of the prayer, the song, when we say Boi v'shalom, it's a custom to stand and face towards the door, wherever the door is in your home, to almost imagine that Shabbat presence coming in. We have a table set like we're inviting in a guest. And sometimes it's like that in our own inner awareness, that sometimes it helps to even consciously say, I want right now, I am open, I am inviting in the presence of peace, the presence of wholeness. Boi b'shalom ateret bala. And to really let that imagery be something that fills us, that connects us, and that we can actually, as we imagine the Shabbat bride coming in the door, we feel that peace welling up inside of us, that wholeness to fill our hearts with Shabbat.
לכדותי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקפלה לכדותי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקפלה שמור וזכור בדיבורך נשמיענו אל מיוחד אדוני ושמו אחד לשם ולתפארת ולתחילה לכדותי לקראתה פני שבת נקפלה לכדותי לקראתה פני שבת נקפלה לקראת שבת לכוונך כי מכל הברכה מראש מקדם בסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה לכדותי לקראתה פני שבת נקפלה לכדותי לקראתה פני שבת נקפלה התעוררי כי באורך ומיורי אורי שידברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה לכדותי לקראתה פני שבת נקפלה לכדותי לקראתה פני שבת נקפלה בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצוהלה תוך אמונה עם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה לכדותי לקראתה פני שבת נקפלה לכדותי לקראתה פני שבת
At this point in the service, we acknowledge that even as we sing these joyous Shabbat melodies that bring us into our hearts, that not all of us is in a place of joy, that some of us are feeling loss of people that we love and that we care about. And, you know, just as in this image is of hands cradled around and protecting the light, so our community also comes around you and helps comfort and hold your own light in the space that you're in with your loss. So we say to you, Hamakom Yinachem Etchem, may the Holy One comfort you. It's also at this moment that we transition in our service. The Chatzi Kaddish is the prayer that is a transition prayer. The Kaddish prayer, we know it a lot of the times as the mourner's Kaddish, but really the Kaddish prayer is meant to transition us from one part of the service to another, to tap us into this awareness of holiness, of transcendence as we move from, in this case, our Kabbalat Shabbat service, our opening songs of joy and Lecha Dodi, to our Ma'ariv evening service. And right after Rowan Olsheim will lead us in the Chatzi Kaddish here, we'll all have the opportunity to stand and bless together in the Baruch Hu as we enter into the main body of the prayer and the Shema. So Rowan, go for it. You got to unmute there. Amen. Keep going. I just said amen.
Agala, Uishman Kariv, Vimru, Amen. Yehesh Merabah Mevarach, La'alam Ul Alme Almaya, Yitbarach, Ve'yishtabach, Ve'yitpa'ar, Ve'yitromam, Ve'yitnaseh, Ve'yitadar, Ve'yitale, Ve'yitalal, Shemed Kudasha Brihu, Le'ela min kol birchata, V'shi'irata tushbechata v'nechemata, Da amiran ba'alma, V'imru, Amen.
Thank you, Rowan. Beautiful. Please stand for the Baruch Hu.
Please be seated.
Night. As I sit here in the silence of my room, the moon hangs high in the window, smooth and white like a river stone. Against a darkened sky, the blackened silhouettes of branches bare are kissed by the moonlight. Through another window, a silvery web catches the light, still and quiet. The night folds in like a blanket, and peace washes over me. Baruch atah Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim. Me.
Continue with Ahavat Olam. Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha Avta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadeta. Velkin Adonai Eloheinu, b'shokvenu v'kumenu, nasiach b'chukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, u'v'mitzvotecha, le'olam. באורך ימינו, באורך ימינו, ובהם נגי יומם ולילה, יומם ולילה. ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל.
We're about to enter the experience of the Shema, and I say it as experience because this is not just a statement of belief. The core of the Shema is in this word that we say Adonai, but it's not actually Adonai. We don't have the benefit of seeing the Hebrew itself, but Yud He Vav He, this impronounceable name of God that we say Adonai because we have to say something. But really what it's inviting us to in Yud He Vav He is mystery. Yud He Vav He is taught that it is the pushing together of three words for being. Haya, was, Hoveh, is, and Yiyeh, will be. And when you take those three words and bring them together, you have the mysterious name of Yud He Vav He. So at this point in our service, we're being asked to enter into, in our imagination, what is that mysterious presence of being, of was, will, is, and will be. And in order to enter in, it's that first word, Shema, listen, get quiet, hear, and not just hear with our eardrums, but hear as in understand, grok, this being that we are a part of. And not only do we enter into that mystery, to that essential fabric of reality, but we're invited to consider that it is one, that everything, our breath, the sensations in our body, everything that surrounds us is an expression of that one being, that one presence that we are a part of. So if in your homes right now you're making dinner and you're listening to the service, I invite you to stop for a moment. Get very, very quiet. Shema, listen. And you can chant along with me. We'll take a deep breath in, and every exhale will be every word of the Shema, a breath per word. And in each of that exhale, I invite you to give yourself fully to the mystery of Yud He Vav He, of the fabric of being that is this moment. And Rowan, as soon as I finish the Shema, you can go right into V'ahavta. I'm not going to give you the cue. You can just start right in. So join me. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מסבך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידך, והיו לו טוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים אלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Beautiful. Thank you. We move right into Micha Mocha from that place of unity, of oneness, of the mystery of Yud Hey Vav Hey. Who is like you?
Micha Mocha Bailim Adonai, Micha Mocha Ne'edar Bakodesh, Norat Tehilot Sefer, Norat Tehilot Sefer. Malchutecha ra'u vanecha, bokei ayam livnei Moshe, zeili hanu v'yamaru, Adonai yimloch Leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai Gad Yisrael.
If you're not already singing in your own home along with us, please join us as we spread a shelter, a sukkah of wholeness, of shlomecha over all of us with our song, with our love. Uferos aleinu sukkah, Sukkot Shelomecha Uferos aleinu Sukkot Shelomecha Yalai, lai, lai, yalai, lai, lai, yalai, lai, lai, la, 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 lai, 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 yalai, lai, lai, yalai, lai, lai, yanai, nai, 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 nai. Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, Ve'al Yerushalayim.
V'shamru v'lei Yisrael et HaShabbat, את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית olam berit olam. Bini uvein bnei Yisrael, oti leolam. Bini uvein bnei Yisrael, oti leolam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim v'et haaretz. Uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash.
We are about to enter our Amidah prayer, silent Amidah prayer. And the Amidah is made up of 7 blessings on Shabbat, which are likened to the 7 blessings that are said during a wedding, that we are the ones who are getting married to the Holy One. We're getting married to our true nature. And there's a line in the 4th blessing, the blessing over Shabbat, that we'll have the opportunity to say in our own silent prayer, which is, it's patach or v'taher libenu li'ovdecha be'emet. Purify our hearts so that we can serve you in truth. And there's this sense that what Shabbat is about is it's about truth. It's about emet. And one way to look at what truth is the way that a painter can be painting and be so immersed in all of the strokes and then step back to see the wholeness of what's being created. It's that stepping back that is that moment of Shabbat where we take a moment and detach a little bit. Don't get so invested. And that we say, purify our hearts so that we can serve you in truth. Because there's this sense that it's really our reactivity, a lot of the time, our emotional awareness that sometimes gets in the way of being able to step back. We get so lost in the details of the painting. We sometimes lose track of the situation in our lives, who we are, what we're meant to do. So I want to invite you, as we'll have the opportunity to go through each of the 7 prayers silently of the Amidah, that you just consider, what would it mean in this moment to step back and center in and be present for the wholeness of the moment. We'll begin with the Kavanah, Adonai Tzvatai Tiftach. Please stand.
Adonai Tzvatai Tiftach. Adonai Tzvatai Tiftach. Ufi yagid Teilatecha. Ufi yagid Teilatecha. Adonai Tzvatai Tiftach. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם. מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומיתו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה. ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. We continue silently. Just recently, the world lost a truly great teacher and leader, Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sacks. His Torah came from a place of both deep intellect and spirituality, with beautifully profound insights on the world and the people in it. This Shabbat, we read from Chaye Sarah, which begins with the death of our matriarch, Sarah. We read that Abraham came to mourn for Sarah and to weep for her. This text is immediately followed by, and Abraham rose from his grief. Rabbi Sacks shares that Abraham did not wait for God, but ultimately understood one of the most profound truths in Judaism, that God is waiting for us to act. Abraham, devastated by the loss of his beloved, took his time to grieve, and then he turned to focus on how to lay the groundwork to ensure a strong and protected future for his family and his people. First, he buys land to bury his wife and to have a resting place, a home for his people. See, we find security and comfort in having a place to call home, a place where we are tied to our community. It's not enough to engage peripherally in community. We are strengthened when we show up for one another and work to nurture those relationships that inspire us intellectually, morally, and spiritually. This is how we build a home. This is why we are here tonight. It is a choice, one that takes action on our part to show up. After acquiring the land, Abraham turns his intentions to securing the future, sending his servant back to the place where he was raised by his father to find a wife for his son Isaac. Even through his grief, Abraham was able to rise again, aware that it was up to him to create the future that he wanted for his family, a legacy of hope and resilience. We have been through a rough year, a collective trauma in recent months, grieving the life that we once knew. Some of us are feeling the impact of our changing world more deeply than others, perhaps suffering losses that others can't even imagine. And the grief from our collective losses is great, but together we can draw strength from our tradition and remember that we have choices to make that will color how we are remembered by our children and by the world around us. God is waiting for us each to act. We were each created with a divine purpose, and we must figure out how to answer the call. While our reactions are many to what is happening in the world around us, our choices have the ability to divide or unify us. Like our father Abraham, let us remember that having a place to call home can help us find strength and stability during these times of grief and loss, as well as provide roots for future generations. Home is where we feel safe and connected, and we can experience the breadth of home through these precious relationships in our lives. Our tradition teaches, Kol Yisrael Arevim Ze Bazeh, all Jews are responsible for one another. The reality is that we, created in God's image, are all responsible for one another. And we need to recognize our ability to bring healing and renewed connection, not just for ourselves, but to the people in our lives. It's time to step back into life. The following quote sits upon a shelf in my office, a reminder that we need one another. We are each of us angels with only one wing, and we can only fly by embracing one another. We must, through our grief, find our way back to each other, unified, strong, where we can once again affirm our faith and come back with renewed vigor to support this beloved community. This has always been a part of our legacy passed down from our ancestors through the generations, and our job is to make sure that we preserve it for all the generations that follow. May you come to understand your divine purpose and how to be holy in this world. May you have the courage to sit with your grief and at the same time feel the loving connections from your friends and community, inviting you back when you're ready. May you accept that you cannot always choose the circumstances of your life, but you can choose how to react. Let yours be the hand that reaches out, yours the heart that fills with compassion, yours the eyes that see the humanity in all of God's creations. May you always be a source of holiness in this world and be held in God's open hand. Amen. Shabbat Shalom.
Amen. Shabbat Shalom. Yasher Koach, Cantor Young. You know, that invitation to be a blessing is really one of my favorite lines here in Debbie Friedman's Misha Berach as we begin to welcome in people in our lives into our service here tonight who are in need of healing. There's this beautiful line that says, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing. That we're all on a healing journey, whether we're struggling with physical illness or mental illness or addiction, we all have the ability to make our lives a blessing, no matter where we are. And to keep our focus on that is healing in itself. So in a moment, we'll have the opportunity to sing Misha Berach together. Invite you to put names of loved ones that you'd like to invite into our healing circle in the chat. I do want to put a shout out to William Spector, who had successful heart surgery today, and definitely holding him in our blessings of healing. Misha Berach Avotenu Mikor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Berach imotenu Mikor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Have some temple news to share.
So exciting. We are meeting next Sunday on the 22nd for our annual Interfaith Thanksgiving at 3 p.m. virtually. And I'm very excited to share that we have teens along with our clergy from each faith community who will be presenting on the themes of this holiday. We are in desperate need of getting food onto the pantry shelves at Families Forward. If you go to our website, very easy to donate. Again, we're doing a virtual food drive this year so that we can avoid any extra hands, and food will get sent directly to the pantry. The sooner the better, because there may be a delay with all of the holiday rush.
Beautiful.
And our next.
So our small group campaign has begun. If I wanted to let everybody know who is already in a small group that now the videos and the discussion booklets are all up on the small group website. So when you're ready to meet with your group, you can have access to that. And if you did not have the opportunity to register, to get together, to be matched into a group or to host one, get together with anybody you know, whether they're part of the temple or a friend somewhere else, and you can create your own small groups online or socially distanced in person and use the material that is on our small group website.
The Band of Milk and Honey is back! I'm so excited. December 12th, we will be gathering in our back parking lot for a Hanukkah drive-in. This is going to be such an incredible opportunity for us to celebrate and see one another. Please make sure you go to the website to register. There is a limit with how many people we can have throughout the evening. We are going to be doing a toy or gift drive for the holidays, a car decorating contest with some exciting things to come. I'm not going to divulge all of our secrets, but you'll have to just come and check it out. Looking forward to being together.
Cool.
And finally, Latka, Vodka, and Babka, our annual fundraiser for our women's retreat. Always so much fun. And this year we have some special treats coming your way through this virtual edition. I hope you will join us. More information on our website. Check it out.
Cantor Young, is that real stuff that's going in the goodie bags?
I'm not telling.
Please stand for Aleinu as we conclude our service. Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. You may be seated. In our temple family, we are just concluding the Shloshim of Lois Shram, the mother of our member Molly Nagley. We're also commemorating the following yahrzeits: Samuel Adams, Maury Amdor, Judith Bell, Jack Cohen, Charles Engler, Hai Faneroff, Herbert Goldman, George Grossman, Shirley Handman, Shanaz Helfer, Morris Hoffman, Solomon Igolnikov, Leo Klein, Barbara Cohn, Murray Levine, Selma Levine, Harry Levine, Miriam Menko, Joanne Margolis, Daniel Nash, George Pollack, Richard Robachek, Herman Sauls, Ginny Schechter-Weisberg, Morris Zuerin, Lorraine Weiler, and Samuel Zuckerman. As anybody else that you'd like to say Kaddish for, please use the chat as people are doing. You may stand or sit according to your custom for Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'alma divrach yeruteh v'amlich malchuteh, v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, b'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam olmei olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudesha b'rechu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush b'chata v'nechemata da'amiran b'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing.
I'm going to move to the next slide for Oseh Shalom. Oseh Shalom b'mromav Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom.
It's our pleasure to call up Rowan Olsheim to lead us in Kiddush. If you have wine or juice in your own home, you can hold it on up. Make sure you have a glass of something in your hand, Rowan, as you need.
Trying, honey.
All right.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pori haga'afen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho ba'ahava uvratzon hinhilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom tehila lemikra e kodesh zecher liziat mitzrayim ki vanu vacharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim ve'shabbat kodecha ve'ahava uvratzon hinholtanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Amen. Beautiful. Okay. You can pick up those loaves of challah. There you go. Awesome.
Touch the challah or touch.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Beautiful. Rowan, thank you for helping lead us this morning. This evening. We're looking forward to celebrating more with you tomorrow and experiencing your leadership.